we are gonna have to do Benton yet again, and that would be Eden Quack.
I just wanna feel your love. I just wanna feel your love.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is SD. Today we are continuing our Transport Fever 2 SCR map. So first things first, 1.7 is out and has been out for a bit. So that's good news for us, which means there will be no major updates in the next bit. So we'll be able to complete most of the map and retrofit what's changed. Second of all, I've gotten a little bit more settled in with things I need to do. So uploads for this series specifically will be a little more consistent. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll get another series edited and going so that we have a little bit of variety on the channel. Anyways, we have Waterline to work on, so let's get right into it. So as you can see, I'm already starting the tracks towards West Benton while trying not to connect it with the track that 220 is on. So we're just going to build the parallel here. We're going to keep these tracks spaced out, obviously, because West Benton is an island station on the side. We're also going to be using the separate track types because of the fact that they are separate track types. So we're going to get our station building right in here. So first things first, we want these shorter than the Connect platforms because Waterline trains are shorter than Connect trains. So we're going to switch that from 160 to 120 meters. I'm just going to verify that that's the correct length here on the Morgantown branch. The stations have short platforms, so we can compare it. Yep, that's right. So we're just going to go ahead and slap that right in. I've left parallel tracks on. That should be a reoccurring quote in this series, honestly, because I keep doing it no matter what I try to do. Yeah, that is West Benton, and it's named Pittsburgh because I forgot to change the map from American names to English names, but let's not talk about that. So we've got it named West Benton, and then we're going to get that second set of tracks in. Speaking of Morgantown, we have a lot to change on that branch, because everything south of Ellesmere, not southeast of Ellesmere Junction, has pretty much changed, and that includes the bridge crossing the River Ben and Morgantown itself. So that's that. While I'm at it, I should probably show you around here. After getting Benton done, we set up all the tracks, and there's Port Benton now, but obviously this is all gonna have to go to waste for the third time because of 1.7 and New Benton. So yeah, wonderful. How joyous. It took me so long to do that station. We're going to probably use a catenary on this track because of the way that electric trains work in this game and the fact that I don't have a third rail mod installed right now. So I might retrofit them after, when we're going through the map a second time after we're finished. But yeah, let's get that curve here. It's 45 miles an hour, so we want to aim for 73 kilometers an hour, but also have it straight. And that looks about right, so let's go through with that. And then I'm gonna build a middle track just because the tracks keep their spacing, but then they merge together during the curve. So I'm just going to use that as like a guideline, almost, I guess. So yeah, let's just line that. Oops. Yeah, we got to make that longer first, I guess. So let's just bring it right up to the curve. And then we can, I guess, this might not work as well as I think it would. But let me go through with it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Let's try that again. And this time maybe think about what we're going to do before we do it. Let me get rid of this track first. That's probably the first step to redemption from crappy building skills in Transport Fever 2. And attempt numero dos. This time it's probably just going to be easier to, like, merge them up, because that makes a lot more sense. See how smart that was? Impressive. Anyways, now that we've got that done and built, The first order of business we have here is to get the depot built. Actually, looking at that, that's not exactly even, so we're gonna just quickly even that out a bit while parallel with that. That looks a bit better. Yeah, that'll work. Anyways, now we can get that depot fitted. This is one of the, well, I guess there are only 2 Waterline depots, so yeah. Anyways, we're gonna use the dual track depot because it is a dual track depot. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna set that down right next to the straight track. Maybe adjust it forward a bit or backwards. Probably backwards because we don't have a lot of space going towards that way on the map. So we've got to keep this nice and condensed anyways, and we've got that place now, so we are going to line up all of this track here, and then build the next station, which of course is Faraday Road. So first order of business, we've got to get all of these tracks lined up, and the depot tracks as well. They're parallel, but they have a gap, and then those tracks sort of merge towards the right, so that I can make room for the 3rd platform. And we're gonna get that around 73 or 74 for that matter, so that we can get that 45 mile per hour speed limit. And then if we have enough space, which it looks like we do, if we just build it out a little bit further, maybe that's a bit too far, but I think that'll work for now. If we need to move it back, we can. Yeah, we are going to slap in Faraday, Yep. So let's just get our tracks in. It is a 3-track station with 2 island platforms. So let's just, it's also has longer platforms, I guess. So we could do longer platforms in that sense. But I think, honestly, yeah, let's do the longer platforms, because that makes a lot more sense. And of course, with the American names we go, let's get rid of random California town and British it. We also have to rename the depots to Faraday Road Depot, so let's just go and do that really quick. We are already $99 million in debt, which is impressive for how little we've built. Actually, that should be the other way around. That's surprisingly cheap for a rail project of this size. But anyways, we need to widen that first platform because in the game, it is wider than a standard platform that you would see in Transport Fever 2. So let's get doing that. Future plans for the series. So right now I have pretty much all of Waterline recorded except for the airport section, because what I have recorded after that is the extension to Leighton Stepford Road, and I don't want to do the airport until I've got that finished so I can have everything proportionate and such. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do and a lot of time lapses and videos coming out. I'm going to have a nice steady stream for the next little bit, so do not worry. That would be Faraday Road that we have finished. How wonderful. So next thing we have to do is we're just going to hook up these tracks to the station. They're a little bit off by the looks of it, but that is fine. Continuing what I was saying about the future series. Oh, while we're at it, express services have started. We're going to be using the cross-country library for the expresses, because it's most accurate and true to the game. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna get services started to Leighton Stepford Road via Upper Staplow, and the express services that go via Morgantown. Yeah, that's it. So now we have to work our way towards Eden Key, which is, and parallel tracks. Does it in yet again. Impressive. But yeah, we are working our way towards Eden Key. We do not have a lot of space here, but we still need to make sure that it's on like the island that it is, sort of, in real life. So I'm just trying to gauge how long I should actually like make this track section, because obviously I still need room for the island and then Nuri and Nuri Harbor. So I don't, maybe there would work. Like it's stiff case. I feel like that's a bit too long. But let's just try it out for now. Let's dip in the ground and make a key. And that would be Eden Quack. Eden Quack, of course, being Eden Key's less holy name. So more boring terrain editing for you guys. If we want to keep talking about what's to come, so with the expansion to Leighton Stepford Road, we get 2 new express routes, the one via Benton from Stepford Central, and the one via Morganstown, also from Stepford Central. We also get quite a few connect routes. We get Leighton Stepford Road from Stepford Central, Stepford Victoria, And I believe there's also a Willowfield to Lane Stepford Road, or that might be Beachley. But nonetheless, yeah, that gives us like 3 new routes and another throughput use for Benton instead of terminating expresses and Port Benton uses. So we'll pretty much have a full house there. So now we get to Nuri, the hard part. SD's editor note here. So in this recording, I built Nuri, except I didn't build it with enough room to build Nuri Harbor. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip to the second build here. Right, let's try that again. That did not go over very well. So first things first, we've got to get in all these little junctions everywhere, because of the overtaking for the trains down for Nuri Harbor. So yeah, that's the first junction. Then we got to get that in. Then we got to extend that, I guess, by a little bit. It might be useful to use parallel tracks so that I don't have to build that 3 times over. Yeah, so let's just slap that right down. And then we gotta get that second S-bend junction in. Just trying to make it as tight as possible. Just trying to find out. Yeah, there we go. You want to keep it at the speed limit rate for the mainline trains. 45 miles per hour is 73 kilometers an hour. And then we're gonna extend that again and bring back for the second S-bend. That wasn't right. This also isn't right. Something is up, so let's troubleshoot that, I guess. Let me get in a little bit closer there, and there we go. That looks a lot better. Let's get that right to the 73 mark and slap that in as well. Now it is time for us to plop in our station. We just need a little bit of room for the signals that come out of the station, and then that will be that. I'm just thinking, maybe is that too long again, because it seems pretty similar in length to last time. You know, it's too long. Let's get rid of that and then just plop the station in. We're just gonna do a shorter segment there. That's a bit better. So now we are going to put in our station. I'm gonna switch that to the 1-track version there, and then we are going to configure everything we need. First things first, we are going to name the station Nuri, because we are not in Virginia. We also have to name that Eden Key. Quay. Canadian pronunciation for you. We can't say words. Ironic. So we're just gonna slap in some of those tracks there. Those are the terminating tracks for the water lines. So that's for the majority of the services. So for the ones for James Street in the airport zone, Connolly Station, that's north of the airport, and then Greenslade, which is south of Bowden. But we also have to factor in the fact that there's an overtake track here, and the big gap in between the overtake track and the other platform there. So let's just... It is a long station despite it being a Waterline station, which is a funny thing. Anyways, so we're just gonna get those tracks in there. Let's see. So that's where the buffer should be back there. And then we're gonna slap in those 2 tracks there so that we can move the junction in there. And then we have a nice, huge, like, giant platform heading back to Benton over there. Then we have our gap that we're setting up there for the overtake track. And yeah, the station doesn't need to be longer, so I'm just trying to like gauge it out here again, because I don't want to make the same mistake I did last time and then waste like 10 minutes of work. I'm also honestly, this is probably fine at this point. So yeah, we're just gonna merge that up there. We are going to delete that, and then we're going to merge that there. I've left parallel. God, the day I don't leave parallel tracks on is the day SCR becomes fun again and original. Then we need to build that overpass, that overtake track. So we're just gonna line that up, and then we are going to, like, I'm just trying to, like, gauge it up so that we can, like, I want it to, like, cut as close as we can to that buffer there. So let's see what we can do. But then now we have that power, that catenary in there, so that's not good. Let's just settle with what we can get there. That's fine. Yeah, there's no catenary stuck in the middle of our track. So let's build a giant track all the way up to the end of the world, and then slap a station down there and call it Nuri Harbor. Wonderful. And that will be that. It's a one-track station, terminating station. It is the last stop on the Waterline. Furthest you can go, and only one route services it. So yeah, we're just gonna hook that up. We also need room for that signal there that keeps the trains apart. Yeah, that's pretty much it at this point. Oh yeah, we also have to name that. So Nuri Harbor, and then that is that. And that is going to be it for today's episode. Because of 1.7, we have quite a bit of work ahead of us. Obviously, this includes the Morgantown branch, and for the millionth time, we are going to have to do Benton yet again. But we'll save that for another episode after this. Anyways, thanks for watching. For more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!